Hello, everybody. This is the day after I posted the day 47, 48, whatever, the latest podcast, the one which I showed my latest gambling disaster of the control burn completely out of control. But it seems to be working. The still pull for the other thing, but being broke, even if I wanted to, I can't go in a binge, So, I'm home with the kids, and yesterday I edited and posted, and I just stayed in with the kids, and today I've exchanged texts and emails with friends, and I'm here with the kids. Babies and Agita were in my room for a while, and now just gave everybody breakfast. They seem to like today's wet flavors, and they've seen something out the window. It's so high up, sweetie, that you can't really see anything. When we get a house, hopefully soon, in Chatham, after we sell the current one, then you can really sit at the windows and watch birdies, and I'm hoping to have a catio for you guys, So, all is well with and everybody is quite comfortably sitting in the same space, And Agatha's not concerned. The brothers are up to stuff or watching stuff, and she's just sitting on her mat, So, I'm not sure what they've seen, but, really can't see a lot from the site. But anyway, the news is day 40, what did I say, 9? And the appliances are being delivered today. My contractor didn't need me to go. I've already paid, and he says he'll be there with the guy who helps with the yard work and, stuff for, moving things. And so the two of them are going to be there. And I confirmed the delivery time online, by text, by voicemail. I called the store. I gave all the confirmations possible. And they have this app. They have a delivery app. Now, it doesn't actually show on the map between here and, where the country house is 3 hours away. But presumably they're making stops all along the way in southwestern Ontario. So, my house is number 10 on the list. So they don't actually show the map with a little flashing bad boy truck, which I would have liked. They don't actually show the map, but they keep telling you. They keep sending you notices going, delivery number 3 right now, delivery number 4, and they keep changing the estimated time of arrival because, they're on schedule. So originally it had been 3 to 6, and then it had been 4:10 to 4:40, a half an hour window. So I called my contractor and said, they're coming a little earlier, just make sure you're there after 4. And now they've said between 3:30 and 4. So it's getting earlier. And I did tell my contractor, sort of a funny story. I don't, like to reveal too many details in podcasts about the whole, substance, rodent, weasel, dumpster, details. That's for my writing. And if it's ever published, you can fictionalize and, go, oh, yeah, no, that was fictionalized or whatever, but it's different, But there's one thing I will share here, and I've told my friends about this, is that when people are waiting, the rodent weasels, or, quote, junkies, unquote. I use the term affectionately, but, let's use the other term, rodent weasels. And I use that term affectionately too. It's not a slur. I like rodent weaseling, But anyway, a little too much. But anyway, the whole rodent weasel thing, when rodent weasels are waiting for their, deliveries of stuff, in the old days, William S. Bouroughs, who wrote one of my favorite early books about addiction, Junkie, about his heroin addiction, and then Naked Lunch, which was made into a movie, is one of my heroes, even though he did accidentally kill his wife while he was very, very high on heroin, and she was very high, and I really like his writing, and I think that he wrote about addiction non-judgmentally, which is kind of my own goal, But he writes about meeting these seedy guys with weird names and alleys. I mean, really dusty dumpster rodent alleys, by the subway in New York, which was relatively new in those days. So, but bus stations and stuff like that. Now the whole process has changed a lot because it's all done. The ordering can be done online or by text, and the dealers they often come in Mercedes Benzes, and they have everybody has a cell phone. And the whole thing with Junkies, rodent weasels, is that they really, really want their substance. It's addiction, So they're like jonesing. I think that was the old word that it's called something else now. But it's a word that Bouroughs used in his writing. So people would be like jonesing that, want their fix, So, and, I have been in that situation a few times, and when I'm partying, let's call it partying, when I'm partying and you want your party supplies or party favors, that's the term now. You want your party supplies or party treats or party favors, and you have to go through a whole rigmarole, who has what you want and how long will they take, and sometimes people will order from 3 sources, see which one gets there first and then cancel the others, I guess it's part of that whole, subculture. But anyway, but once it's ordered, and you're sitting there and they always say, be there in 20 minutes to half an hour, no matter where they are, no matter where you are. But, rodent weasels know that's dealer time. So, and when you really want, your substance, 20 minutes to half an hour is a long good time. But it ends up being 45 minutes to an hour, So at around half an hour, to 40 minutes, people start texting, and usually I'm partying with someone, so they do all of that, that's, one of the reasons I don't party alone, because, I like people to do all that shit and keep bugging the dealer. So you keep texting, and you go every 3 minutes, they're like, where are you now? Are you on the way? Are you on the way? Where are you now? And I actually happened to meet a dealer, a former dealer, in somewhat unusual circumstances, but he's been clean for some years now, and I had been clean for a few months at that time. We met in a different context last year, and he was telling me some stories, and from the other end, and he goes, yeah, we get used to it. People keep texting all the time. And I said, I heard, and I was joking with someone once, and I said, how when you get an appliance delivery or furniture delivery, or Rogers is coming, they have a little, app. They have an app these days, and it shows you where they are on the map, a little flashing Rogers truck or, whatever, So I was joking with someone once saying, dealers should have that. And this person I was with said, oh, I did come across a dealer who had the app with a little flashing snowflake, the map, and you know what a snowflake symbolizes, So a little flashing snowflake, on the, I thought it was hilarious, I mean, it'd be a beacon for law enforcement as well, but, I guess person trusted their, their thing. So they're, but it would really calm down rodent weasels, because we'd be sitting there going, oh, look, he's just on the QEW. Oh, look, he's just taken the exit. Oh, he's only 5 minutes away. He's passing the SO. Get ready, get the money ready. And all of that. So that's and I used to joke about it. But hello, everybody. I left the kids loose. The condo's right there, so I didn't make it all that far. I was heading to a shawarma place down there, which I tried and I hadn't liked all that much. But and then there's a chicken place where they have like chicken burgers and things like that. Again, towards the end of these buildings on the lakeshore. But I'm walking by here and I've seen these trucks so many times, and it reminded me of the trucks that I went to in Burlington. Might even do one of those. So I'm like, okay, let's try a truck, and then I can just either eat at home, or I can just sit on a bench. Okay, I got a text saying 15 minutes away, one of the automated things. And then I called my contractor, and he's there, and I said 15 minutes. And I said, just let me know if everything goes smoothly. And then I checked the email app thingy, and now they started showing the map because it's so close. And it's in the small town about 15 minutes away, you know. So maybe by truck a little longer, but they're very close. I can track them now! It's like I was talking about with that, with the, I don't see they don't have a little bad boy icon. They should have. They've just got a little red dot, you know. But I can track them as they're approaching on the main road and then onto the side road. I can see them. I can see them turn out of the driveway. This is great. And as I said before, I wish, back when I was partying, I kind of wish that more dealers did this because, it would really, really calm down my fellow weasels and myself. One kid is there. That's Agita. And then one kid, the baby is there under the chair. And the other baby, I had to look a little bit, is in the spot that Agita likes. They like the sister spots. So the other baby is there. And I'm just going to relax a little bit. I haven't heard back from the contractor. It's going to take a little while to get, all the appliances in. I don't know if he's actually going to put them in the kitchen or he's going to pile them up in the living room, or in the family room and then move them when the kitchen is ready, because the kitchen is not ready for appliances yet. But anyway, we'll see. I'm kind of hoping he puts them in the kitchen at least. At least they'll be where they're supposed to be. So everybody, I'm here at the dentist, and they're getting everything ready, all those tools and things. Okay. And afterwards, I'll give it some time and maybe go for lunch. Anyway, they're preparing. Not looking forward to this, but for now. Okay, he's given the freezing injection, so I'm just waiting. He's just giving it about 10 minutes to kick in, and then he's going to do the 2 cavities, and the hygienist is going to do the cleaning on the other side of the mouth, the side she didn't do last week. And then after an hour and a half, he says, I can eat, so I might go to a PetSmart and my friend has recommended a place for shawarma. He's a big, shawarma fan, connoisseur of shawarma. He knows a place in Richmond Hill, so he's recommended that. So I'm it's my incentive to get through all of this. So I get to have shawarma later. I'm also, the whole bill thing. I think I've maxed out my visa because of the gambling and then the appliances. So I'll have to see. I think I'm going to have to. I've got an account where I think there's enough to cover this. There will be, and then I might have to go to the bank and juggle accounts again. So that it happens when I was a full-time gambling addict. I'd have to keep juggling. Well, my other addiction too. So I seem to pick expensive addictions. I do not like the look of those instruments. But anyway, I'm sitting here waiting for the freezing to kick in. Those look kind of medieval. Anyway. Hello, everybody. I'm in the S430 and my mouth is frozen again. Oh, it was painful. I mean, the first part, the cavity part was actually okay, and the dentist did all the freezing and everything, and then the second part, I think the freezing was wearing off, and the cleaning part, the second half of the other half of the mouth that she didn't do last week, that was very painful. Very painful. And but anyway, my mouth is all frozen. However, the good news was that I tried Visa, even though I thought I'd be maxed because of my gambling, debacle on the weekend, and then playing with the appliances. And as far as I knew, there would be nothing. There was no. But I was going to put it on debit on one of my accounts, and where I still have something left over, But anyway, but I told her, I said, why don't you just try this Visa card? I said it might be maxed out because of my appliances. I didn't mention the gambling part, obviously, but I go, and then she goes, oh, it went through. So it's, and not all that much, $600. Everybody, I went to PetSmart, bought some dry food and some, some more canned food. It looks like I don't have to share the canned food with the kids now because I got some money. Anyway, I'll have to pay next month's reason. Well, it's going to be very big, but never mind. Anyway, so then my mouth is still frozen, and I'm back here in the parking lot of the dentist because there's a Shoppers Drug Mart over there. So I went to get some water, and rather than regular water, I got this peach water on sale. It's fuzzy, whatever. I was going to brush my teeth with Coca-Cola, but then I was like going, okay, maybe just with So because after all that work, I don't want to eat until I brush my teeth. So they gave me a free toothbrush, and the toothpaste, Well, here I am at Joe's Burger and Falafel, or for burger and shawarma. I opted for the plate rather than the pita. I think it's easier to eat this with my frozen mouth, but it's just it's a little chickeny. When it's in the pita, the chicken's all hidden in the pita and everything, and with the toppings. And here it's all the chicken. It's good. I'm not as much of a connoisseur of chicken shawarma as my friend, but the food it's good, and they have a hot sauce, and it's not Tabasco. It's a slightly better quality of hot sauce, and they give it with rice, and a nice kind of pilafy type rice, and a Greek salad. It's a little pricey, $18 for a lunch, but it's good. I don't think I would drive all the way here to Richmond Hill just to have it, as my friend does, because he really, really likes it. There was an accident on Don Valley Parkway, so I came this way, Major Mackenzie to 400, but I'm getting we're almost at the 400, but I got major thunderstorm, a lot of water, it's flooding all over, and there was hail that was shooting down in the car. But so now it's just really heavy rain, and we're just stuck here. So I'm, Hello everybody. Well, the thunderstorm was over. It's completely dry out this area of town, this end of town. It might have rained here earlier, and I drove through the hail and everything, get traffic. But got to the mall here where the optical shop is, and these are my new frames. Now they're actually they're Prada, which is doesn't really impress me. I'm not into brands and things like that. I know the movie Devil Wore Prada, but I do know of the brand. And these frames actually were a pair of extras sunglasses that my parents have a collection of, and they had like 15 pairs of sunglasses, and they took some with them, and they've left some here in the drawers. I'm here at home with the kids, and we've got one baby there, and we've got another baby there, and we've got Agita here in the bed, and I'm wearing my new glasses. I'm just getting used to them. They're a little heavier than before because they're a bigger frame. Good morning, everybody. I think it's day 51. I'm gonna semi-losing track of these. I think it's 51. So I said yesterday it was 50. So this is now the day after my dental thing. And I spent the evening at home with the kids, just replying to emails and stuff like that, and watched a little bit of Netflix with my new glasses, and I'm still adjusting to them. So now, this morning, kids have had snacks, but I'm going to give them, breakfast, and the other baby's there. And then I have to go out for a blood test because I'm going to see my doctor next week, I'm here at the blood test place, and I didn't have an appointment. Had a little bit of trouble with the sending the requisitions because they didn't give me paper from the doctors. They sent it on the phone. The 3 different forms, and you have to email it to a certain address, and then I had to do it as a copy, and they didn't get this one, didn't get that one. But I think it's sorted out now. Okay, on the whole, the food is good. They got a spring roll, and you got soup, and you got fried rice. Shrimps with I went for the shrimps with sauce. The actual shrimps aren't quite as good as they used to be. I suspect they may be using frozen cooked shrimps rather than the uncooked ones, but I don't know, or they're cooking them slightly differently. They're good. But I just prefer the way that they did the shrimps before, the actual shrimps. But okay, just got back. One baby there, and Agita is under her bed with the door open, of course. But Agita is there. There's Agita. And I did some shopping after I got my glasses tightened. I think they're feeling a little better now. And I bought some fake bacon and some smoked trout rather than smoked salmon. So I just put them in the freezer. That's fake bacon, and that's smoked trout. I just got a text from my friend, the one who had a dream of me as a dog, asking if I would have lunch tomorrow. And I'm like, sure. I'm just going to reply. I was like, sure. She goes, you haven't got COVID, have you? Because everybody seems to be, everybody we know, everybody I know has had it or has it. And she's the only other person in my, 5 people I count as friends who hasn't had it. And I haven't had it. I better reply to her. My new glasses, which I'm still getting used to. Good morning, everybody. It's day 52, I think. As I said to a friend, it's, probably a good sign when I lose track of very exact days clear. So it's, I think it's 52 days clear or so, plus or minus 1. And both the babies are here, and Agita is there, and it's around 11 o'clock. Last night, stayed in with the kids. At night, babies were very cuddly. They spent the entire night on the bed with me, and in the morning, when I got up and came to the sofa, Agita came and sat on my lap. So everybody is very appreciative, I think, of the fact that their dad is, 52 days clear, So, and it makes that whole casino binge and all the money I lost last week, makes all of that worthwhile. Because if that helped me to stay clear, which I think it did, as I said, it's not a strategy I recommend to anyone else. But, it seems to have worked, So, day 52, and today I'm going out for lunch with my friends, with my friend and her husband, the one who had the dream of me as a dog. So we're going out for an Indian lunch on a patio. So hello everybody, I just got back. A lot of the babies out of their room, and one baby's there. Agita's there, and then the other baby is there. So I just got back. Day 52 is after the lunch with my friends and the ice cream at Dairy Queen. So I'm just gonna, work on journal entries, do some writing, some reading, watch some Netflix, and I'll edit and post either tonight or tomorrow. So, anyway, from the photo of this, day 52. Hello, everybody. It's about midnight, and I ended up not actually editing and posting tonight. So I've got, I was sitting there in the ego chair, and we got babies running all over the place. So Agita is there on her, I'll just turn on the light for a second. So you got one baby there, and you got the other baby there. And I already showed you how Agita is very nicely settled on her perch. And I, instead of watching television, early, or, Netflix actually, because I don't have television attached, or instead of actually watching television, I've been sitting here in the dark. I just opened the blinds so that this window is, I usually keep this one closed, because otherwise people from there, they wouldn't see me doing much, just lying on the sofa writing or, staring into space. But I opened that blind so that I'm just watching The View. I'm like going, why watch television or why watch Netflix when I got a view like this, and completely sober. I'm just sitting here and just enjoying being sober. And just, and everybody's sitting in the dark. So the babies are there. Agita's there. The babies are a little confused. Like, Daddy, what are you doing? Why are you sitting on the ego chair in the dark, Good morning, everybody. It's day 53, I think. And I'm here in the bedroom with the door open, of course. And all the 3 kids are here. So we've got one baby there, and Agita there. Hello, everybody. I'm here at the Sunset Grill. I walked here, so I've left the kids loose in the condo. And I walked over here. It's about half an hour walk. and I'm going to have my eggs and toast breakfast, and then walk back, and try to do some writing, some reading, stuff like that, spend some time with the kids, maybe go for another walk. We'll see later. We'll see how it is. Anyway, bye for now. The food has arrived. I started eating. The good thing about the place is they bring you fiasco, a good sized bottle. So I'm going to have this and then walk back to the kids. Bye for now. Hello everybody, I'm just sitting here outside the Sunset Grill, and I'm gonna walk back. Somebody's moving in or out or whatever. We've got the ramp coming right here to the bench. But anyway, I'm clear. So I'm just sitting here. It's pleasant in the shade, and I just noticed in my checking my my website or my channel, and I have one more subscriber. So I went from 47 down to 46 last month. So I actually lose subscribers. Most people gain them, but I went from 47 to 46. But I'm fine. I was fine with that. I was just gonna have fun, And then today I just happened to notice, not that I check these things regularly, but I happened to just, look, 47 again. I gained a subscriber, accidentally. I think somebody pressed the button accidentally. Good morning, everybody. It's day 54, the Sunday, and both the babies are there under the chair, and Agita's there under the bed in the master bedroom, Yesterday, I actually did a little bit more non-journal writing, kind of a manuscript that I'm working on related to the journals, but, the sort of updating the whole, struggles to return to the ordinary world and the whole casino burnout, and all of that stuff, and the sort of level of the cravings and making it to day 54. All of that is covered in detail in journal entries, but I also kind of have allocated separate manuscripts for that. So it's kind of ongoing, about the binges and the return aspects. So anyway, so I got that. I did a bit more work on that, and I watched an excellent, episode of Sandman on Netflix. It's a bonus, and the first part is animated, and it's called Dream of a Thousand Cats. And I'm not going to say anything more about it. There's one very disturbing scene, but the rest of it is, amazing. It's hilarious, And then there was one about it was live action, but it was about a writer who has a block, but writer's block, and then he tries to he kidnaps Calliope, the muse, and he forces her to inspire him to write a whole bunch of novels and become famous. And as I said in a text to my friend, I could sort of relate to that, even though my problem is not the inspiration or the writing, because I write a lot. I've got a lot of manuscripts, and I write every day, journal entries, but very detailed, that can be, adapted, cut and pasted, plus I also have manuscripts about the addiction and battles and related things, and all kinds of manuscripts about cats, all kinds of things, all based on my own experiences. But I get a lot of manuscripts. My problem isn't my block isn't the writing, it's the editing and organizing and taking it that next step, sending it. A couple of times I've tried. I found a couple of editors, one about 5-6 years ago, when just at the start of the pandemic. I found a couple of editors, sent them some of my work, and they liked it. They think there's potential and they think it can be published, but there's just so many hoops to jump through, and you have to send a query letter to the publishers and compare your work to 2 other writers, and and I was suggesting, when I was thinking of making up a query letter a couple of years ago, I was considering comparing, even though it sounded a bit arrogant, but comparing my writing to William S. Bouroughs, because he writes about his struggles with addiction, but updating it. Everything has changed since his time, and I try to write non-judgmentally about my addiction. So which I think he was one of the very few people who has managed to pull that off. So that's one thing that one person I would compare. But I was going to say in the letter that I do write about addiction in some ways, based on my experiences, as some of his stuff was with addiction. But there's a couple of very big differences. One is that I haven't killed my wife or killed anyone else as he did. He was very, very high, and he put a glass on her head. It was a game they played, and he tried to shoot the glass off, and he blew her brains out. This is in Mexico, and then he escaped, and he went to Morocco, where he ended up having sex with underage boys, and that's I think I'll mention in my letter that the exceptions are that I haven't killed anyone and I haven't had sex with underage boys. And then the other person would as much as it pains me to say this, possibly Jordan Peterson, only because, and I brought this up before, only because he's also a former psych prof, and he's influenced by Jung and Shadow, and he's also a podcaster, But the accept part is probably bigger, even bigger exceptions than with Bouroughs. His politics the opposite of mine, and his attitudes are the opposite of mine in every way. And I write about, Shadow, but my experiences with confronting Shadow, So and then I've also mentioned how he has 2.4 million subscribers. I have 47 again. I went down to 46 last week, and then yesterday I checked, and I'm 47 again. So, there's some very big differences there. Hello, everybody. I'm here at an interesting place called Federal Reserve. I used to come before the pandemic, and I haven't been in a while. It's kind of a Dundas area, Dundas Dufferin area. And it's a funky place, and they have good food. They have vegetarian options. But, and I got here, they closed at 3. I got here at 2:15, but I think they forgot my order. They were very busy. So they're doing it now. It's past 3, but they're doing it now. It's okay, no rush. They have very, very good hot sauce. So I'm actually quite glad I got the babies into their room, rather than leaving anybody loose. Because it's going to take quite a while, and then after this, I stop at PetSmart, and then Drug Mart to get cola, and then back to the kids, and then edit and post. Anyway, I'll show you the food when it comes. Bye for now. Okay, the food arrived, and she said she'll take off the price of the coffee because there was such a long delay. Which is not necessary, but it's a nice gesture. I do appreciate that. The food is interesting. I do remember it from before. It's a little different. The English muffin is very thin. It's not a regular muffin. It's like very thin and very crispy. And then I really like the potatoes, and there's lots of salad, and there's lots of kale, and the hot sauce is very good. So it's good. I'm glad I came here. I'm going to eat quick. Hello, everybody. I got home about 10 minutes ago, and I opened the door to the baby's bedroom as soon as I got back. And I was glad that I had put them in the room because I ended up being longer than I expected. It was, I think, about 3.5 hours. But I opened the door 10 minutes ago, and usually they come running out right away. This time, they're still under the bed. So I think they're telling me that they were not happy with being put in the room. They're like going, Dad, it wasn't an all-day trip. All-day trips, yes, we'll go into the room. But for like up to 3 hours, we should have the run of the condo with our sister. And it's not like, they've got food, they got water, they got litter boxes, they got lots of toys, And I was only 3 hours, but they're definitely letting me know. Because normally, as soon as I open the door, they come running out. And this is the first time they've ever done this. So I think they are letting me know how they felt about being put in their room for when it wasn't an all-day trip. So, and then Agita is here in her room, and usually as soon as I open the door to the babies, they come here and they explore and they let the sister know that they're loose again. But this time, now one of them is gradually coming out, gradually. So I had my brunch, my late brunch, and I stopped and I got some on the way back. I was going past Tibetan places, so I got some potato, aloo, and bread for later. That's my supper much later. Got cola, and of course I got cat food from PetSmart, some flavors that we don't have that they might like. So, and yes, one of them has come out of hiding. So it's day 54, and I'm going to edit and tape a lot of material, so I got to figure out what I'm going to keep in and what I'm going to, remove. So, and then, yes, now it took 10 minutes. They let me know that they really think that on this occasion I should have let them have the run of condo, but they have come out. It's like a 10, 15 minutes. They stayed under the bed. But everybody's loose now. Yes, and that one's eating the treats that I had put on the bed for Agita when I left, It's discovered, And that means that Agita has not been on the bed at all. She's been settled here. So, it's day 54, so from the four of us. So from Agita, from one baby, and the second baby, there, and the nuttiest of professors. Day 54. We're gonna keep going, So bye for now. See you next podcast.